Before there were seconds, before there were hours, before any creature could look to the heavens and call something tomorrow, there was only change. The rising of stars, the pull of tides, the heartbeat of the planet itself. Time has always been there, silent, invisible, unyielding. But for most of Earth's history, no one was watching the clock. Billions of years before human civilization, the first clocks already existed. Not built, but born. The Earth spinning on its axis, the Moon orbiting its parent world, the planet itself circling its star. Each rotation, each orbit, a beat in the grand metronome of the cosmos. Time was being measured long before we could name it. When early humans first lifted their eyes to the horizon, they noticed something profound: the sun's rhythm. Days began and ended with its glow. Seasons rose and fell with its path. For the hunter-gatherers of 20,000 years ago, time was survival. You planted when the rains came, you hunted when herds migrated. The sky was a calendar, and the shadows were its hands. It began simply: a stick in the ground, a shadow moving. The earliest sundials, nature's first clocks, appeared long before writing. By 1500 BCE in ancient Egypt, stone obelisks cast their long arms across the sand, dividing the day into equal parts. Civilization had taken its first step toward mastering time. From the Nile to Mesopotamia to the palaces of China, humanity's need to measure time grew alongside its empires. Rivers demanded irrigation schedules. Priests needed to track the heavens. Farmers relied on cycles that determined life and death. So humans began crafting instruments of rhythm. Water clocks, clepsydra, dripped away the minutes in ancient temples. In Greece, they timed speeches in the court. In China, great towers filled with gears and flowing water marked the hours for entire cities. Each drop, each drip, was a step closer to the mechanical heartbeat we'd one day call a clock. By the Middle Ages, humanity's patience with shadows and water had worn thin. We wanted precision, the power to measure time not by nature's whims, but by human invention. In the 13th century, the first mechanical clocks emerged in European monasteries. Driven by weights and gears, they were massive, towering machines, half sculpture, half soul. They rang bells to call monks to prayer, dividing each sacred day into smaller and smaller intervals. And as these clocks grew smaller, they grew personal. Portable spring-driven clocks, the ancestors of watches, arrived by the 16th century. Now, time was no longer tied to the sun or the priest. It belonged to you. For the first time, humanity didn't just observe time. We owned it. Then came the Industrial Revolution, and with it, the age of punctuality. Factories, trains, telegraphs, the world began to run on schedule. The clock no longer marked the passage of time, it commanded it. Railways demanded synchronization. Cities hundreds of miles apart had to agree on the same minute. And so, in 1884, the world gathered in London and drew imaginary lines across the globe, time zones. For the first time in history, humanity unified its heartbeat. Time became universal, and the clock, its tyrant and its servant. In the 20th century, we broke time down to its smallest parts, no longer marked by the sun or pendulum swings, but by the vibration of atoms themselves. The atomic clock arrived, a marvel of quantum precision. It doesn't drift by a second in millions of years. Every GPS satellite, every stock exchange, every global network now dances to its rhythm. We no longer measure time. We engineer it. But beneath all this precision, a question lingers. What have we really measured? Time is not just seconds slipping away. It's the unfolding of everything, from galaxies to civilizations to human lives. We've trapped it in numbers, divided it into moments, but we still don't fully understand it. The clock is our mirror, reflecting our obsession with control, progress, and order. Yet time itself remains untamed, flowing endlessly, indifferent to our machines. From the first shadow on sand to the vibration of a cesium atom, we've spent millennia chasing something we can never hold: the moment. And maybe that's the point. Time is not ours to capture. It's ours to experience. We built clocks to measure time, but in the end, it's time that measures us. If this story of humanity's ticking journey moved you, take a moment, pause, reflect, and remember that every second you live is a piece of history unfolding. Subscribe to join us on the next chapter of our exploration through the forces that shaped civilization, from the beginning to now.